if thousands of Datas were trying to be Spock with a sniper rifle. Because they love you. There's a quick E3 trailer that shows Legion who's supposedly hunting Shepard down. It's accurate, aside from where it states that we hunt it down. Instead, we just sort of stumble upon it. It's a Geth, holy crap. It's like a single Borg drone suddenly came out of hiding and we're trying to explain they're the good guys and all the bad stuff you saw was because of some small evil faction of the Borg. Whereas Shepard ends up working for one of the bad guys. This is one of your previous bad guys, but it turns out he's not a bad guy. Or so he or it says. Ooh. I also like the fact that you have to find Legion on a main plot point in comparison to most of the other crewmates. Keeping or selling Legion is one of the only two main plot point choices you have to make. This is one of the better storytelling methods of fleshing out the main opposing force from the first game, although it made me wonder why they didn't think of this sooner. This is a simple and good method of doing it, and obviously ironic since he becomes part of the team. Legion talks about the history and future of the Geth, Sovereign, the metaphysics of mind, a Dyson sphere. Remember, Legion is Spock, and Spock is the best character ever. Apparently, the Geth, wanting to be left alone, also employed an isolationist stance on foreign policy. The Geth had been like this for hundreds of years, and not once decided to communicate to any organic species and say, hey, we're really peaceful, but our creators attacked us first. Only recently, some of us joined that Saren guy, and they're not part of us anymore. Oh, and that big flying old machine thing, yeah, you might want to know about that too. The Geth simply aren't interested in organics, although they do try to understand them at times. So they're curious, but it's not that big a deal for them. But since Shepard stopped Sovereign, Legion was made to communicate to Shepard, or at least seek him out. Now, if you're 1,000 Geth, and you all have this massive intellect and shared experiences like coming to consensus, wouldn't there have been a much more efficient way of trying to locate the commander's body, considering you're a machine and can technically hack anything? It was created to communicate with Shepard after Sovereign was killed. Evidenced by Shepard's armor on their body, it's safe to say it's got a thing for Shepard. Because you decided not to sell it to Cerberus. Well, you could always just get 50,000 credits. This is the best intro to a character without having an intro because it's part of the mission and just ends up happening. Although found in perhaps the worst main plot level of the game, finding Legion is not optional, but keeping him is. So Legion's here because of your curiosity, and he was genuinely looking for you, thought you were dead, and then unexpectedly found you at the exact same time and place he was on a mission. Oh, and the mission was on board a derelict Reaper. Right. How they knew a dead Reaper was there is anyone's guess, like maybe because they're both synthetic. More believable is if Legion or other Geth hacked Cerberus' transmissions or database, thereby discovering any reports on the science teams there. But then Legion would have also found data on the Lazarus Project, which was why Legion was made in the first place. Legion's loyalty involves the original mission he was on, which was to research how the derelict Reaper's data core stored data. Such data is stored on a quantum data storage device, and in order to understand the code from the heretic virus, which he was yet to discover, he had to go to the derelict Reaper first to research that device because apparently it has one, as opposed to just going directly to where the virus is and then destroying it. Now that doesn't make sense because the virus isn't on the derelict Reaper, only a similar data storage device. Let's keep in mind Legion was going to do this himself, so he was thinking of a hacking computer attack, not just a bomb or something simpler. Although how Legion would manage to approach the heretic space station is questionable, since the Normandy is a stealth ship and his probably wasn't, or whatever ship he had. To people who don't know what a data structure or quantum storage device is, this is a bunch of gibberish. Essentially, he went to the derelict Reaper, and how he knew it was there we don't know, to study the big glowy thing you shot at, I think, because it had a special hard drive in it that the heretic Geth also have, which is given to them by Sovereign. Now that he's finished studying the scans of the hard drive, we can then go with him to where the heretic Geth are to destroy the virus they created. Got all that? Okay. Before entering the space station, Legion intends to destroy the data core that contains the virus. However, upon entering, Legion says,
Shepard Commander, we concluded that destruction of the station was the only resolution to the heretic question.
What the hell is the heretic question? Wait, why are we destroying the entire station? That wasn't the plan. I thought we were going to destroy a virus the heretics made using a quantum data storage device from Sovereign, which is why Legion went to the derelict Reaper in the first place.
The question is irrelevant. If we do not rewrite them, we destroy them. That is why we are here. Do not hesitate now.
Wait, when did the mission parameters change? We were originally going to destroy a virus, then the whole station, and now we found out we can use the virus on the heretics for our purposes, or now we can just kill them? How? I guess this is accomplished by using the virus that rewrites runtimes, but is now able to delete every single Geth? What does the data structure of a quantum data storage device that houses a virus that changes an AI's runtime have to do with a delete or format command? If it's not the virus doing the deleting, then is there a global delete or global format command or something? If there was such a thing, why couldn't we just delete all the Geth first and then delete the virus, or destroy the quantum data storage device, or the entire base at that point, since there'd be no opposition? Another thing I found odd was Legion's opinion of the heretics, already knowing that they wanted to develop a weapon to use against the true Geth. So when Legion says,
How could we have become so different? Why can we no longer understand each other? What did we do wrong?
When individuals are separated, they develop in different ways. When they get back together, they don't always get along.
Now this doesn't make sense because Legion, or rather both the true Geth and the heretic Geth, are mind hives, that is to say, multiple minds but one body. This means as soon as the other separate minds are connected to the body, or the other minds, their thoughts and experiences are shared instantly. So why would Legion, thousands of minds, or a mind hive, not fathom the concept that knowledge is based on experience, and as soon as minds are connected to others, that those experiences are shared? As such, the heretic Geth, which are not connected to the true Geth, could experience different things, and thus think of those things differently, wanting to build a weapon to convert true Geth to heretic Geth. This is the very nature of how the Geth operate, and obviously if you're not connected to everyone else, you won't have everyone else's thoughts, and thus think differently. This is a pretty basic epistemology. Maybe the writers never studied empiricism. Legion is not a tech expert, he is tech. He's also Megatronic. So thanks BioWare for giving us the equivalent of a nice Borg data guy who just wants to be left alone with his mind hive buddies, so they can take turns dancing or something. And whoever that relates to making an AI have a sense of loyalty to an organic they don't seem to care about, yet do, by killing his evil buddies or making them nice guys or whatever they were tending to do, well hey, we'll just put that on the sequel expectations pile, won't we? Alright, enough robots. Let's get to some real meat and tubes.